What's going on, guys? This is Thomas. Welcome back to another video of price action trading. When I record how to achieve everyday life using simple scalping strategy. Now it is March 11, 2021, and we're looking at S&P 500 and mini futures 2000 tick chart. And we're still in pre-market open session, and we started with a huge rally up. And I have this trend line in play just to help me identify what the current trend is. And you can see we made a huge move up. We have a breakout trend line right here. Traders retested the new high, so after breakout trend line, there's going to be a retest of a new extreme. We had a pullback to the EMA, two-legged pullback to the EMA. Prices like to move in twos. This is a very common pattern. So two-legged pull. This is the first leg, little pullback. Second leg, we made a double top at this point on. So we have a full break and a new high retest. But look at the move from the morning session. The entire move up was very strong, and all the people were buying. So even though we have a break and a new high, what I'm going to do, I'm still going to be looking, since we have a double top right here. So I'm going to start my trend line off of these highs, and I'm just going to copy it, put it to the low. So you can see this is the first time we went below EMA, and usually when the trend is strong like this, the first push below EMA, you will snap back above the EMA fairly quickly, and this is exactly what happened. Right now I'm still waiting because we have this downtrend working lower, and I'm still expecting for prices to make some sort of retest of this downtrend for me to be safe to be looking for long, because even like I said, we have a break and a new high, so this uptrend theoretically played out, but this was such a strong move and everything seems so strongly up that I'm going to be looking for opportunities to buy this market. And prices are kind of, looking like they're going to go into trading range. The volatility doesn't seem that big, so I'm probably not going to hold a runner. We'll see. We still got an hour or something like that before the market opens, so we'll see. All right, I'm resuming the video. I'm about to place my limit order here, because what I'm looking at, as you can see, prices went into this trading range, and I'm looking at this. We have a failed break lower. Prices were trading lower. We have a break, and we retested the new extreme of this potential downtrend. So from this point on, it was very safe to be starting looking to go long. And we broke the support, we came back, pulled back. So this was the first entry. Hold on, let me see. If you trigger one tick higher above this bar, this is where my failed second entry short is going to trigger, and this is what I call a reversal pattern, and we're very close to actually, I'm gonna put my limit order a little bit back here, something like I'm gonna put it at the close because I don't want to miss any setup here. And we got filled. I'm gonna put a one tick back. Hopefully we get filled. So we broke lower. We have a first entry short, pull back. We pushed through the EMA, and a second entry short is looking like it's failing. And this is a two-legged move up, and we're coming off the lows. The BAS is still up. This is a very strong move on the left side of the chart. We went into this training range, and we have this support right here. We have this resistance right here, potential resistance. We don't know yet how it's gonna play out. And this is a reversal pattern because we have a break and a new low. First entry short, second entry short, high probability setup. This is where I'm looking for prices to reach this other side of this trading range. But it looks like I'm not getting filled yet. I may just chase it just a little bit, just put it to at the close, because the signal bar is not ideal. I like how we broke a little bit lower and then traded up, and we closed above the EMA. This is a good, important thing that I like about this trade. We closed above the EMA. The signal bar is not ideal, but the market context is so much in my favor. It looks like we might miss this. I mean, we still haven't reached our 10 tick scalp, so I'm going to still be in this trade. But you guys can see, that's sometimes the danger when you use limit orders. Sometimes you will not get filled, but I think there's still some chance for us. So we have a break and a new low, so this downtrend has played out. We have a failed break lower. Oops. We have a failed break lower. First entry short, second entry short, it fell high probability setups, two failed attempts in the previous trend's direction. Reversal pattern. I made a video about reversal pattern, so you guys probably already know what I'm talking about. But if you're new to the channel, just check out the video about reversal pattern. I put a nice video together how to find reversal patterns, very high probability setup. So I'm gonna pause the video and let you guys see if we get filled or not. All right, we got filled. So I'm gonna be putting my stop loss 1 tick below this signal bar, and my target profit is 10 ticks. So I'm going for 2.5 points. You guys can see I'm going for 3 contracts now only here. I'm not gonna be holding a runner. This market is looking very choppy and very slow right now. So I was kind of hesitant to even start recording. So, but I'm going to be only trading 3 contracts now. And because it seems very slow and very, not that volatile. So we'll see. So let's see how the prices will go. But yeah, we traded up into this trading range. And remember guys, when you trade up into trading range, you're most likely looking for setups to buy the market, and vice versa. If you trend down into trading range, you're looking, majority of the setups are going to be, the selling opportunities. So this is why I'm, more inclined to be looking for longs in this trading range right now, because this is a clear trading range. We're swinging up and down through EMA. There is no clear uptrend right now here. The uptrend we're right here. First entry short, second entry short. EMA is holding right here. Support is holding right here. Too bad we didn't get a better signal bar, because this is the failed break lower, but this support wasn't established yet at this point, and it was very hard to find the support. We broke a little bit lower, we came back, pulled back. If there was a little bit better signal bar, more bullish, this would be a higher low of this failed breakout, and this is a high probability trade as well. I would be looking for going long here as well. But you know me, I like the two-legged pullbacks. I like the second entries at key entry points or failed second entries, and this is a failed second entry, high probability setup. That is right now kind of stalling, but we'll see what's gonna happen. I'm expecting for prices to reach this higher resistance and potentially break higher. And if you break higher this resistance, even though we traded up, the failed breakout is such a powerful setup that even if you break higher, I'm going to be looking to selling this. And if you break lower later on, I'm going to be looking to buying this. So this is how I trade trading ranges. This is just such a good reversal pattern that I don't mind trading in the middle. So I'm resuming the chart. As you guys can see, we just got stopped out here. And yeah, so that happens. I thought it's gonna work. We didn't get quite enough from my scalp, but maybe the signal bar was bad. But overall, I don't really blame myself for taking this, because it was a failed second entry short. I still think that we're gonna go higher. I just might be a little bit early, but nevertheless, I'm gonna pause the video and let you guys see another setup. And you guys actually can see, hold on, you guys actually can see we're working up higher. Did I just get stopped out by 1 tick? Don't do this to me. Yeah. So I got stopped out by 1 single tick, and that's what happens a lot. And we're trading up higher right here. We'll see. Alright traders, I'm resuming the video once again, and you guys can see, take a look at this. We eventually made it up. We have this reversal pattern is working up higher. We have this trend line working up higher. We have a break, attempts to make a new high. We right now make a new high. We're coming off the lows of this trading range to these highs of a trading range. So perfect price action. I just got stopped out by 1 single tick. If you guys take a look, let me make it a little bit bigger. If you guys take a look, we got stopped out just by 1 single tick. And sometimes this is a good trap by the institutions, by the dynamic players. They just stop us by 1 single tick and they rallied up higher. Unfortunately, that will sometimes happen. You guys can see that the pattern technically worked. This is why I like the pattern so much. But sometimes you will get stopped up just by 1 single tick and you will see it go exactly where you thought it was going to go. They're very smart. They know what they're doing. So it's not going to rile us up that much, but just sort of show you guys that happens sometimes. And even if a good setups will just fail because this part of trading. All right, I'm resuming the video once again, and I see a setup right here. I'm gonna put my limit order right here, and I'm gonna explain you guys what I'm looking at. So this is exactly 12 tick stop. This is quite a big of a stop, but what I'm looking at is we're coming off the resistance. We pulled back a little bit. We have a new low right here. First entry short that failed, we instantly rallied up higher, and a second entry short trigger right here. We touched the resistance to the T and instantly traded lower at the very close of the bar. A lot of traders starting to selling at this point on. This is exactly what I want to see. A lot of selling, power right now happening, and second entry short trigger right here, and second entry short at the key entry point is a very high probability setup. So we touched the key entry point, which was the resistance. We are overall in a trading range, so I'm expecting for prices go from here to here, just like I was expecting for prices go from here to here. And we'll see how this one's gonna work. Right now we're trading a little bit into middle of our stop, but I'm quite feeling this setup. Two-legged pullback, we touched the resistance, nice bearish reversal bar. This is such a strong reversal bar, very tempting. We touched the resistance, and we're most likely coming off to here. You guys can see we're right now in a halfway of our target profit. Like I said, this is going to be a 10-tick scalp, and as you guys can see, this is almost very close being a 1-to-1 ratio right here, because this is a 12-tick stop, 10-tick scalp. So this is very close to being a 1-to-1, and this is what I like. I don't like scalping for only 1 point, because you have to be crazy accurate. You have to be like 90% accurate, which is not reachable, unfortunately, for average. So you guys can see how good of a trap this was. We got out. You guys can see the spurge that happened quickly. This is a good sign that this was a good trap. And hopefully we're not going to go down here, because I'm not holding any runners. But this is really seem like a tight little trading range, so this is how I'm going to be playing it. Hopefully you guys can see why I took this setup. Two-legged pullback, second entry short at the key entry point, and we're coming off the highs to the lows. Perfect price action. All right, I'm resuming the video, and you guys can see we touched the support, and once again prices bounce off of here. This is why I keep telling you guys to be looking at the setups at these lower lows or at these highs, because the trading range is so reliable. It is really predictable. Trading ranges are really predictable, even though a lot of traders are struggling with this. This is so predictable. Every single time you touch the highs or touch the lows, you will reverse. But it is very counterintuitive for a lot of beginner traders, because everything we've been taught in our real life is to wait for things to prove that they work, that they are legit. And right now, if you look at this, it looks like market is reversing and it's going lower. And if you don't have this support in play, it may look like we are heading probably all the way down here. But this is the common sense which you have to throw out a window when you're day trading. So you have to draw the support, you have to find a key level and just trust the rules. Unfortunately, here we had a horrible signal bar, so it was not really a good buying opportunity. But once again, I'm betting on the same thing as always. I'm betting for prices to go from here to here. Eventually we're gonna break out, up or down. It's gonna happen, but and we're probably gonna fade the breakout. That's the high probability setup. But it's really not that hard to trade these trading ranges, and I get a lot of emails. Traders struggle with trading ranges all the time, and because they're just way too scared to pull the trigger at the highs or at the lows, because it is unclear. It is not clear. A lot of people like the trade, like the trends, and two-legged pullback to the EMA or trend line, which is a high probability setup, probably the most high probability setup there is. But you just have to you have to learn to pull the trigger when you're in a trading range. There's no way around it. All right, I'm resuming the video once again, and what I'm looking at is I'm looking the same thing right here as we had right here. This is the new low, first entry short, pullback. We pushed above the EMA, second entry short. We had a second entry short failure right here, but this was not a great signal bar. You were far away from EMA. We didn't even touch it with the stim, and you were way too close to this high. You were way too up, and this bar is much more bullish. This bar is way too bearish. And if we break higher above this, which is look like it may happen. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna put this my limit order right here at the close, because I don't want to miss this. And it's rallying up higher. It still didn't reach our scalp, our 10 ticks, so I'm still gonna leave my position open. If the prices go without me and they reach the 10 tick scalp, I have to cancel the order, because the traders already got out and there are not going to be that many people willing to buy, because the trade already worked, the scalp already worked. But since we haven't even filled our scalp portion yet, technically if we would have been filled, I'm still leaving the position open. That's the way I like to do it, and that's the way I like to advise traders because what will happen a lot of times, so you will reach the scalp portion, it will go back, fill you into the trade, and then it will fail because the trade already worked. So you have to avoid this. So if you get left behind and you see prices go without you and then make your target profit, just cancel the order. And we touched our limit order and didn't get filled. Come on, let us fill into trade. I'm just gonna chase it a little bit here. Since I'm recording, I'm gonna show you guys every single setup. And we're going higher probably. Yeah, so I have to cancel the order. But you guys can see this is exactly what happened right here. And this is why I took this long. And for some reason, we just went one tick lower and it failed. But 9 out of 10 times, this setup is going to work. And you can see right here, it worked. First entry short, second entry short failed, reversal pattern, two-legged pullback above the EMA. We closed above the EMA. And even if you had entered right here, you would still would have been safe because we didn't tick lower. But, you know, these are the high probability setups that I look for. And you cannot get inside of your head that because a lot of traders, they will see this, it will fail 9 out of 10 times, it will work. Here it failed. That's part of the territory, that comes with the territory of being a day trader. This failed. I'm gonna take the next setup. I'm gonna put my odds in my favor, and the next 9 trades are gonna work most likely. So this is why you guys saw me taking this trade, and unfortunately I got left behind here. Which will even, mess up a lot of traders, but you have to stay focused at all times. And I'm only 1-to-1, so I'm gonna keep looking for more setups. Alright, so I'm resuming the video, placing my limit order here. And if you break below this bar, this is where I'm going to enter right here. We'll see. Because what I'm looking at, we have a failed breakout of this trading range finally, and you guys can see this is why I tell you we traded it up, because we traded into the trading range and we broke up, and this is the lower high of this high, and I'm betting on this trading range. I'm betting on this pullback to get to this resistance at least, which now may act as a support. Let me see this one. Okay, we got triggered one tick below this bar. We'll see if we get filled. Come on, man. All right, we got filled. Good. So I'm looking at, we have a trading range, we have a failed break higher, and just like I keep telling you guys, most of breakouts of trading ranges will fail. And we have a lower high. I didn't manage to go short right here or here, although we didn't trigger lower here. So I waited for this lower high. This is the first entry long only. But this is such a big bullish bar, and I guarantee you a lot of traders are going to go long here on just the first entry because they think we're going up higher, but this is a trading range and most breakouts will fail. So we broke higher. A lot of beginners traders are probably going long here, and I'm looking to fade the breakout and get all the way down to here, possibly, or at least to this resistance. If we get down all the here, that would be better, although I'm not holding any runners during this trading range. But you guys can see, hopefully you guys can see why I like this setup. But this is just the first entry long, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of second entry long. If you have a first entry long, second entry long, it looks like they're trying to do this. But I really wanted to take this trade already, and I was hoping to get it all done just in one move. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. And you guys can see how we traded up into trading range. We have a break and a new high, and you guys can see that this is how I sort of identify that there is no more trend incoming, because we have a one leg low and we push once again higher above the EMA. once again below the EMA, because if this trend is going to continue, you already should have rated up higher and you should have been making higher highs and higher lows. But we just pushed lower, pushed higher above the EMA. We just have this choppy bars. We're not really going anywhere, and once again pushed lower. So right here when we pushed lower, I was expecting this to get, for prices from this trend, to get into this trading range. And I still like this trade, I really do. You have first entry long, second entry long. A lot of people might get trapped here right now. A lot of people might get trapped here. Come on. Come on, come on. I guess we need more people to buy here. So we get them trapped. Yeah, but you guys can see, because normally this uptrend is over and we should have traded up lower if this was starting to get into downtrend, but this wasn't heading into downtrend at all. And you guys can see we're bouncing off my exit order. Come on. And we should have been trading lower if this was a downtrend, but it didn't. It pushed back, prices pushed back, and we should have been trading higher, but we didn't. Once again, pushed lower. So you guys can see this is starting to get a little trading range vibe. Every time you cannot tell if the market is you know, in a trend, you're most likely in the trading range. And we got filled. Perfect. Oof. And yes, I'm probably gonna wrap it up, although I didn't make much money today. What's the time? Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap it up. This was 1, 2, 3 trades and 4, but we didn't get filled here, unfortunately. So if you made it to this part of the video, I'm probably gonna wrap it up. So if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe for more if you enjoy day trading and you want to learn more. And just, you know, because I get a lot of emails how to trade these small little trading ranges and undecisive days, that hopefully you guys are now a little bit smarter how to do it. So see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.